Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This time I'll be doing another solo run. I did this while I was abroad and had no idea what to do for my run, so I randomly decided to do Anorith, the Hoenn fossil Pokemon, who's pretty cool but isn't as popular as Lord Helix, but oh well. It's another obscure Pokemon. I'll be beating Pokemon Emerald with just Anorith. Held items will be allowed, but items from the bag will not be allowed. I always thought X items were really cheap, but anyways, looking at Anorith's stats, it's surprisingly strong compared to the other Pokemon that have been on my channel. Its base attack stat is really high at 95, making it really strong at attacking. It also has 75 base speed, which is more than enough to outspeed everything in this game, even Steven's team if you're high enough level. I would recommend an adamant nature if possible, but I ended up selling on a neutral nature and that ended up working fine, so it's up to you what nature you use. For its usable moves, definitely use Rock Blast. It's the strongest move it can learn by far, especially if it hits all 5 times, it gets a massive 125 base power. Also, Ancient Power is pretty much mandatory. You're probably aware of the 10% chance of powering up all your base stats, which is insane when it goes off. When it does, it'd be like... So I start the game and for some reason the universal randomizer starter thing that most people use doesn't work on my system. So what I do instead is I just start the game with Torchic, I get access to the Pokeballs, then I spawn a wild Anorith using a codebreaker code, and I catch one to use that way instead. It must have a low catch rate, because it was surprisingly hard to catch, but eventually I caught 2 at level 3. I checked their stats and I saw that the second one had objectively better IVs than the first one, so I chose that one as my partner, and sent my other 2 Pokemon to the Shadow Realm.
But nothing will protect you from... Oblivion!
Damn, this run got dark pretty fast. Now I start leveling my partner, as it wrecks everything in this game. Being a rock type, all the normal moves at the start of the game get completely deflected. Come to think of it, Bug Rock is not a bad type combination at all. However, as I gain a few levels, I notice something. Anorith's leveling up really slowly. Turns out it's in the erratic XP leveling category, meaning it's one of the easiest Pokemon to get to level 100. However, the amount of XP required to level up is very, well, erratic. At low levels, it's by far the slowest Pokemon to level up, and it's not until very high level that it starts to level up super fast. This is good, but it's just that the early game grinding is slow. I reached the first gym and Anorith's an unusually low level. The problem is because of this, I can't learn new moves such as Water Gun, which it needs to learn, but doesn't get until later on. But because I don't have Water Gun, I won't stand a chance against Roxanne since I only have Scratch, so I don't even bother facing her now. My only option here is to grind until I learn Water Gun, and oh boy this was a grind. I had to go from level 14 to 19, which was tedious. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it really was. This was slow even with the fast forward feature in my emulator, and I'm going to have a quick segue here. Yes, I use fast forward in my runs. Some people insist that you have to play the games the proper way and only play them in real time, in that Pika Spray doesn't use fast forward. Well, so what? Loads of people don't use fast forward, but loads of people also do, and does it really matter in the end? All it does is speed up a process that I would have done anyways. All it does in the end is save time. It doesn't change the end result at all. If you grind to level 100 the normal way, or use fast forward to do it, you've still grinded to max level. Who cares how long it takes? Also, does it really matter what big YouTubers do? Like, we small YouTubers can do whatever we want. It's easy to say you'll spend 50 hours in real life grinding when it's literally your job. People get paid to do this. I do not. I have a job, and I have other commitments. I don't have time to do 20-hour grinding sessions. Instead, I can just fast forward to make the run more efficient, and that way I can make more content for you guys. That's the end of my quick rant. I'm not throwing shade at anyone and I'm not hating or anything. I know most of you guys are cool and they're not bothered by this very much, but I just wanted to make this point once.
Shut up!
Anyways, back to the run, which is what matters. So I slowly gained a few levels after ages of grinding, and I finally learned Water Gun. So now I finally have a way to beat the first gym. Anorith does have bad special attack, but you'd still think that having a water move would make the first gym easy.
Right? Wrong.
With Water Gun, Anorith could beat Geodude easily enough, but Nose Pass was a threat, as it could take hits from us and heal up. Also, it hit us super effectively with Rock Tomb. I lost twice at level 19 as it hit too hard, so I go to grind, not another time. But I return at level 21 and try a different strategy. I know that Geodude oftentimes doesn't go for attacking moves, so I use that opening to go for Harden instead to tank up. I get off 2 Hardens and Geodude doesn't attack me, so after that I just spam Water Gun until I win. At that point I was strong enough to win easily enough, so we move on. The battle against our rival May was next, and it wasn't really worth seeing that much. Mudkip can hit me super effectively, but it was too low level to do much. Also, 1 or 2 people did mention on my C-Dot video that in that run I did have May choose Torchic to make the run harder, so in this one I made sure that May chose Mudkip, but to be honest it didn't matter. The rival battles in this game are mostly not challenging at all, as the strongest Pokemon they all have is a second form starter at level 34 in Lily Cove City, but at that point you'll be so much stronger, the type disadvantage won't even matter. It's whatever really. The second gym leader, Brawly, was next, and this was not easy. To be honest, this run isn't really hard as you will see, it's just that Anorith takes a really long time to level up and I didn't want to grind, even with the 3 times speed up on my emulator. I take too much damage against Brawly's team as I just don't have any good attacking moves. Scratch is my only option. I don't see myself beating Magahita at this level, so I go to Sleepport instead for another training session. I return at level 26 and learn Metal Claw, which is not only stronger than Scratch, but also has that nice 10% chance to boost my attack stat. With his newfound power, I return and I beat down Brawly's team. After Sleepport City, May wanted another rematch, so we comply, but we lost once as Marshtomp beats us down. But next attempt, we barely managed to win by 3-8 KOing Marshtomp, while just taking its hits. On to the next gym now, Watson, and here is the next and arguably last roadblock in the game. I remembered that I can use TM Rock Tomb for some stat power, which I can use to handle Watson's Voltorb, Electric, and even Manectric, but as Magneton, that was a pain, as it walled me out and can abuse some hacks of its own. I was not winning on my current level and needed to learn a new move, so I went to grind again. This was by far the longest grinding session yet. I realised that Anorith can learn Ancient Power, which I mentioned earlier is really strong, but it didn't learn it until level 37, so I had to do a lot of grinding to get there. I used that opportunity to EV train and got stronger, and eventually after many wild encounters, I hit level 37 and learned Ancient Power. With this newfound power I returned to Watson, and I still lose twice as I get no hacks, but eventually as I KO Voltorb with Ancient Power, I get the boost on my first try. All my stats go up by 1 stage.
This is where the fun begins.
Watson's hacks couldn't save them after that, and with that battle over, Anorith just tears through most of the game with its raw power. Team Magma's Maxie was the first of our victims as he was powerless to resist us. Gym leader Flannery was next, and we used her rock moves to plow through her team. On my other runs, her Torkoal has always given me a lot of trouble, but this time it gets the boot. Gym leader Norman is next, and even if he is the main character's dad, we don't care. We send him to the Shadow Realm anyways.
And crush!
May wanted to try her luck against us, but got destroyed again. Winona also tries to stop her rampage, but we hurt her team with the Ancient Power, knocking her out. We find May for the last time, and this time we beat her so badly she actually tells us that she'll go back to the start of the game, like she deserves. Anorith wrecked her too badly, I guess. Oh, and Maxie also got beaten once again. The important thing is that my Anorith finally learnt Rock Blast, which is my new strongest move. Even if you only get 3 hits from it, it's still stronger than return. However, it can miss as it's 80% accuracy, and trust me, it will. I know that 80% accuracy sounds really good, but trust me, it seems to miss way more than it should. The 7th gym leaders were next, and they were interesting. As in almost all my other Emerald runs on my channel, they always gave me a huge amount of trouble because the double battle rules put us at too big a disadvantage. But this time I did a different approach. Instead of doing what I usually do, which is waste a turn purposely KOing my own HM slave, I took a viewer's suggestion and brought a Magikarp instead, which couldn't do anything. I just made it use Splash. So I didn't bother wasting a turn knocking it out, as my Magikarp wasn't doing anything anyway, and I just attacked my opponent's Pokemon straight away. I almost lost because I am a lower level than usual, but I used Ancient Power and beat down her team easily enough. I beat Tate and Lisa's Pokemon one by one, as Claydol starts swinging at me, but we get through regardless. The next battles were the last ones against the dumb villain teams, because they're both dumb, and neither of them were worth showing. Me and Steven pull up on Team Magma, while my partner dunks an Archie. At this point, Anorith really is a beast, and it shows just how good its base stats are. Rock Blast is stupid strong when it hits 5 times in a row. Also, Anorith is now leveling up significantly faster than before, as the erratic nature of the XP curve is starting to catch up and kick in now. We have one last gym leader to go, and I beat every trainer possible in preparation, as I want to be careful as I am weak to water moves. But during the battle, I just wailed on Joanne and blasted him with rock moves. Oh well, time for the Elite Four now. This time I will show the Wally battle Victory Road. Not that he actually did anything to my team though. We do some last minute grinding in the Pokemon League and reach level 81 after eating the rare candies. To be honest, that's not high level as usual, but we go anyway for our test run. Oh yeah, I also gave my Pokemon TM return. So first up is Sydney. Just like in all my other Emerald solo runs, the battle against Sydney had a lot of dumb hacks in it. His Mychena is so annoying. It always goes for Sand Attack, and that one accuracy drop always screws me over. Its Intimidate is also annoying. I go for a return on Mychena instead of Rock Blast, as I want to save my Rock PP for Phoebe. As I can't buy either in this game, I want to be careful, but also I cannot be bothered farming Lepa Berries. A Rock Blast with 4 hits would be enough to kill Mychena at this level after one Intimidate, but regardless we managed to win against Sydney. Eventually we push through the hacks, we get some good critical hits and we beat his team. Phoebe is next and she goes down on the first try. I use Metal Claw predicting the Protect on Dusclops, as I don't want my rock moves to get pressure stalled by its ability. Then after that I use Rock Blast on Dusclops, knocking it out. Then I just spam Metal Claw on everything else, as they can't really do that much to me. That was easy. Next. Glacia is next, and Anorith flexes on her so much. It one hit KOs her whole team. Walrein could have dealt damage, but it never even got to do that. Most of her team can deal super effective damage to me, but I can also deal super effective damage to her whole team. I was surprised my return was strong enough to kill Glalie, as I'm not even that high level. I guess Anorith's attack stat is just really high. But moving on anyways. The last Elite Four member is next, Drake, and I lost against him once as I went for Metal Claw first on the Shelgon to preserve PP and got Rock Tombed, lowering my speed. That speed reduction allowed Kingdraw and Salamence to finish me off, but on the next try I just use Ancient Power straight away and get the stat boost. Then I just play around with the rest of his team. I'm not even that high level. Time for the champion now. That battle sounds really hard, as his team is literally too much water and can all hit us super effectively. And yes, we do lose against him, as we get no Ancient Power boost in our first attempt. We still do pretty well though, as we deal a lot of damage. We take out a few of his team members with our raw power, but Milotic finishes us off. But next try, we make it through. Wailord hurts us, but we finish it off. We one hit KO Ludicolo with Rock Blast. Then against Gyarados we get the Ancient Power boost. Damn, this run really has hinged on these Ancient Power stat boosts, but I'm not complaining. After this, we Rock Blast Milotic, taking it out. Then we take out Tentacruel, but not before taking some damage, triggering our Citrus Berry, as I did say we are allowing held items. The last Pokemon is Wishcash, and after taking a hit from us, it blasts us with a move down to an inch of HP. We almost faint, but we just survive and we finish it off in return. Now the champion of this game has been beaten, and this makes Anorith the champion of Hoenn. Damn, that was close, even with the stat boosts. The Citrus Berry was so clutch in this battle, but we weren't even max level, so if we were level 99 it wouldn't have mattered. But anyways, that's the main game cleared. But there is still one more battle to finish off before we are truly done with this run. and that is the battle against Steven. To prepare for the final battle, I grind Anorith to level 100, so I rebattled Elite 4 and even Wally in Victory Road to gain XP. At this point, Anorith levels up really fast. To put this into perspective, starter Pokemon are all in the medium slow XP category, and require just over 1,000,000 XP to go from level 1 to 100, but Anorith, since it's in the erratic group, needs only 600,000. That's just under 60%, which is really convenient at high levels. But now I'm level 100, I go to face Steven. I've replaced Return with Dig, since Return won't do anything against the steel types, and Dig will be needed for Metagross and Aggron. I also learned Swagger, just in case I want to abuse some hacks. And I pick up some leftovers. Now it's time for the final battle. This battle was actually quite hard. It wasn't too hard, like nowhere near as hard as my C-Dot run. Anorith is weak to steel types, so you do need a strategy to get through this. Skarmory does beat me a few times. If I get hit with Toxic, I'm pretty much done. There's no way I can outstall after that. Steel Wing can also hurt me really badly, so I have to reset. Luckily, I outspeed his whole team regardless. But I keep resetting until I use Swagger on Skarmory and I get it to hit itself. On one attempt I KO Skarmory and I fight Cradily, who dodges my attack and uses Ancient Power on me. Then Cradily gets the Ancient Power boost and completely destroys me with it. Now I know how it feels to get hit with the Ancient Power boost. It's not very nice, to be honest. I reset several more times and I keep on losing, but eventually the stars align. Skarmory misses all of its attacks, and I beat it while getting the stat boost with Ancient Power. Cradily is out next. I use Ancient Power. This time I also get a boost, which is crazy as I now have 2 Ancient Power boosts. Order has been restored. This time Cradily doesn't hurt me much, as I finish it off. Armaldo is out next, which is weird, fighting the evolved version of my own Pokemon, but it gets the boot anyways. I will say that against Skarmory, Swagger is really important in. It's possible to beat Skarmory without Swagger and to beat the whole battle, but Swagger just makes the battle much easier if you do get it to go off. So next up is Claydol, who we beat by using Swagger and 2 Rock Blasts to the face, even though it's resisted. The leftovers, I will say, were really useful here, as it heals down the damage I took. 2 more Pokemon to go. Now the biggest challenge is here. The strongest Pokemon in the whole game, Metagross. I used Dig and almost beat it in one hit at +2 attack, but it retaliates with Meteor Mash, dealing around half damage, but with leftovers recovery it's not that bad, since I do have +2 defense. That would have been the case had it not been for the fact that Metagross got the 10% attack boost from Meteor Mash. Damn it, now I'm the one who's getting haxed. I stupidly go for Dig on the full restore, when I should have gone for Rock Blast then Dig. I lost because of that misplay, but I was also so close. But next time, I reset and I keep repeating the battle until this outcome repeats itself, and I reach Metagross again. This time it does not get the attack boost, and I time my digs appropriately, letting me beat it. The last Pokemon of the entire run is Aggron, who takes a 4-time super effective dig to the face. It tries to Earthquake us while we're digging, but it doesn't save it. Now we have beaten Steven, and the whole game is Ogre now. No, it's never Ogre. And that concludes the run. So now I've returned from my trip abroad, so I'll be back to uploading videos frequently. I've gotten a few more subs and supporters, which is good, but it's still not enough. I need more.
Please, sir. I want some more.
Yeah, if you like the vid, then please support me so I can make more content as regularly as possible. This isn't my job. Yet. I already have more videos in the works, so stay tuned for more content. I'll be doing more solo runs, but I've also got a new video coming out. I've got a 3-part series about Pokemon Fire Red Omega. I'll be doing a review on it and explaining why it's better than the original, but stay tuned for that because it will be something very different. Anyways, I look forward to seeing you guys again and showing you guys my new content. Until next time, this is Ding Dong signing out.